Good evening, or maybe I should say, good evening to the few who still dare to listen. Because this isn't for everyone. Most people would choke on these words. Most people would flinch at the weight of them. But not you. You've been waiting your whole life to hear this. They thought they were clever, didn't they? They thought every trap they set would tighten around your throat. Every sneer, every betrayal, every moment they pushed you down. It was all supposed to bury you. They wanted to play the game with you as the pawn, fragile and disposable. But the truth they'll never accept, is that the whole time they weren't setting you up for defeat. No, they were crowning you the victor without even knowing they were losing. Think about it. Every insult carved another scar into your skin. And what are scars but proof that the blade never finished its work? Every failure they laughed at was a lesson you swallowed whole, turning humiliation into fuel. Every betrayal, every cold shoulder, every locked door. They thought it was punishment, but it was training. It was shaping you into something they could never control. You see, they mistook your silence for weakness. They mistook your pain for breaking. They mistook your setbacks for endings. But all the while, you were watching, listening, learning. And while they congratulated themselves for tearing you down, they never noticed that the ashes they left behind were fertile. And from those ashes, you grew into something untouchable. They don't even know what game they were playing. They thought it was about breaking you, about winning some small moment of power. But the game was never theirs. The game was always yours. Every move they made against you pushed you closer to the throne they didn't even realize they were building. Every attempt to cut you down only sharpened your edge. Every time they tried to bury you, the dirt they piled on became your mountain to climb. And now, here you are, standing in front of them, not as the victim, not as the pawn, but as the victor. Not because you cheated, not because you begged, not because you waited for their mercy. No, you won because you endured what they couldn't. You carried what they dropped. You walked through the fire they couldn't even step into. And you came out not just alive, but crowned by the very trials that were supposed to destroy you. That's the twist that will haunt them forever. They didn't just fail to break you, they helped build you. They gave you every scar, every weapon, every ounce of rage, every piece of wisdom. And now, when they look at you, they'll see the reflection of everything they tried to kill. They'll see their own failure burned into your victory. So let them whisper, let them gossip, let them pretend they never lost. Because deep down, when the noise fades and the lights go out, they will remember. They will remember how they tried to end you and only sharpened you. They will remember how they mocked you and only made you hungrier. They will remember how they thought they were winning until they realized the game was over and you were the only one still standing. You don't need their applause. You don't need their recognition. The crown they placed on your head in secret is heavier than any praise they could ever give. Because it wasn't gifted, it was forged. Forged in betrayal, forged in loneliness, forged in pain, and forged in the fire of every attempt they made to destroy you. So wear it. Wear it with that grin that terrifies them. Wear it with that silence that makes them question themselves. Wear it with the calm of someone who doesn't need validation anymore. Because you know the truth. Nah, they crowned you the victor without even knowing they were losing. And there's nothing more dangerous, nothing more untouchable, nothing more unstoppable than the one who wins a game their enemies didn't even know they were playing. And you are that one, forever. You see, their greatest mistake wasn't underestimating you. No. Their greatest mistake was believing you needed their approval, their rules, their scoreboard. They thought they could keep you trapped in their little system of wins and losses. But you, you never played by their rules. You rewrote the rules with every breath you took in silence, every time you got back up when they swore you were finished. Imagine it. They laughed while you bled. They toasted while you cried. They celebrated when you stumbled. And in every one of those moments, they were certain they were ahead. They were certain you were behind. But here's the punchline. Every wound they gave you was a deposit into your future. Every strike, every scar, every insult, they were investing in their own defeat, because all of it became your armor, your weapon, your crown. And now, here you stand, not polished, not pristine. No, you stand battered, scarred, fire still in your eyes. And that is why you are untouchable, because you are not made of the same fragile material as them. You were reforged in pain, baptized in fire, resurrected by the abyss. And when the smoke clears, when the final tally is taken, they'll look around and realize they lost long before they ever knew the game had started. The crown they placed on your head, it isn't gold, it isn't jeweled, it isn't pretty. It's forged of rust and scars, of shadows and blood. But it is heavier, truer, more permanent than anything they will ever hold. And it sits perfectly on your head, because it was made for you all along. So let them talk, let them deny, let them cling to their little victories. You already know the truth that burns in your veins every time you take a breath. The truth that echoes in your silence, that blazes in your grin. The truth that they will choke on every time they see you rise again. Nah, they crowned you the victor without even knowing they were losing. And now the game is over. The pieces are scattered, the board is broken, and only you remain, still standing, still breathing, still smiling. The crown is yours. The throne is yours, the victory is yours, and no one can ever take it away. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most satisfying part of it all. The way they look at you, eyes wide, lips trembling, pretending they don't see it, pretending they don't feel it, that weight pressing on their chest every time you walk into the room, that crawling silence when they realize you're not supposed to be here, not supposed to still be standing, not supposed to win. But you did. And worse for them, you won without playing their game. That's what kills them. That's what breaks them in places they'll never admit. Because victory to them was a crown they could see, applause they could hear, power they could measure. But victory for you was something different, something purer, something terrifying. Because your crown, it's invisible. It sits heavy on your soul, not on your head. And they can't take it from you, can't steal it, can't cheapen it. It was carved by your suffering, welded by your endurance, and placed upon you by the very hands that tried to destroy you. Nah, they crowned you the victor without even knowing they were losing. And now, every breath you take is a reminder of their failure. Every step you walk is the sound of their defeat echoing in the dark. So walk forward. Don't look back. Don't wait for applause. Don't explain yourself. Just carry that crown, that fire, that grin, and let it haunt them. Because the game is over. You've already won. And the cruelest truth of all is this. They'll spend the rest of their lives realizing they lost a game they never even understood. And you'll spend the rest of yours wearing the crown they unknowingly placed on your head. Not borrowed, not given, not stolen, earned. The crown is yours. The throne is yours. The silence is yours. The victory is yours forever.